Thank you, Dhruv Joshi. One query was there from my side. In concluding, in conclusion, you said that 100 seed weight. Generally, test weight is 1,000 seed test weight. Why you use
S- yes,
100
sir.
seeds?
Sir, some crop there are 1,000 seed weight, and in case of mung bean, the seeds are larger compared to the others. So we can find 100 seed weight also.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Dhruv. Our next presenter is RR, where the Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding, NM College of Agriculture, Navsari Agricultural University, Navsari. His title of presentation is Combining Ability and uh, Gene Action Analysis for Yield Traits, Fiber Quality, Biochemical Traits of Cotton. Dr. R.R. Vedya. Okay.
The screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible. Please move your slides. Is it movable or not?
Sir, slide is movable.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You start your presentation.
Okay. Good evening to everyone. Myself, Faid Rahul, and today I am going to give presentation on combining ability and gene action analysis for yield trait, fiber quality, and biochemical trait of cotton in Gossypium hirsutum L. First, we see the introduction. We know that cotton is the major fiber crop of global importance value. Cotton is also known as the white gold. Among them, it consisting 50 species, in which 43 species are diploid and 7 are tetraploid. Among them, 4 cultivated species are Gossypium arboreum, Gossypium herbaceum, Gossypium hirsutum, and Gossypium barbadense. Among them, the first 2 species are diploid and the last 2 species are tetraploid. The first interspecific hybrid is hybrid 4, which is the cross of G67 and American Nectarilus, was developed by Dr. C.T. Patel at Main Cotton Research Station, Navsari Agriculture University. It is the very milestone. Selection of parent for hybridization program is an important aspect in the crop improvement. In any sound breeding program, the proper choice of parent based on their combining ability is the prerequisite. Such study not only provide necessary information regarding the choice of parent, but also illustrate the nature and magnitude of gene action involved in the inheritance of the character. The line by test analysis is the simple method for identification of the parent and hybrid by GC and SCA respectively. Abstract. Among them, the five cross were promising hybrid having high assay effect for seed yield per plant. Out of them, 1 cross per days to 50% flowering, all 5 cross per balls per plant, 4 cross per ball weight, 1 cross per seed index and oil content, and 1 cross per gossipal content. The ratio of sigma square GCA divided by sigma square SA is very important. We see in later. Material and method. In present investigation, we carry out the research in Main Cotton Research Station, Navsari Agriculture University, Surat during 2019-20. The experimental compromised the 13 diverse genotype, which contained 4 female and 9 male, and 1 check Gujarat North Cotton Hybrid 14. In this investigation, we carried out a total 12 parameter. Statistical analysis. The mean performance of parent as hybrid was subjected to the statistical analysis. Analysis of the variance carried out the test of the significance for each character as per methodology suggested by Panse and Sukhatame. The variance among the hybrid was partitioned further into source attribute to general and specific combining ability according to the Camphron. Result and discussion. Here we can see the analysis of the variance for different character. Here we see that all the parameters are mostly significant, which can be indicate that there are good amount of the variability among the genotype. Now we see the analysis of the variance for combining ability. Here we can see that the sigma square GCA divided by sigma square SCA, generally all the character it is less than 1, but only this gening out and having more than 1, which is indicate that it involves a good general combining ability. So for further, the selection is the good approach for improvement of the genetic outturn. These are the general combining ability effect of the parent for different character in Gossypium hirsutum. These are the top 5 cross on the basis of per se performance and SCA effect. The cross GISV 171 cross GJHV 523 is the best cross, having good amount of SCA effect with significantly desirable direction and having the higher amount of the yield, mean yield, and significant general combining ability. This is the mean value and GCA effect of parents for seed cotton yield. This is the graphical representation of the top 5 cross with per se performance along with SC effect and seed cotton yield. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul bhai. Thank you
Thank
very
you, sir.
much. You developed the hybrid, right?
What, sir?
You developed the hybrid of the cotton.
Yes, sir.
Is there any potential difference in the yield between the existing high yielding varieties?
Yes, sir.
How much improvement in the yield with existing varieties?
Sir, 13%.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Now I invite Hima R. Vadera, Sir, PP Institute of Science, Maharaja Krishna Kumar Singh Ji, Bhavnagar, University, Bhavnagar. Her title of work is Impact of Different Seed Germination Treatments on the Germination Rate and Seedling Growth of Curcumin melon. Okay, Hima, now you can start.
Yes, sir.
Your screen is not visible yet.
One.
Yeah, no, okay. Now you move the slides.
Okay, sir.
Move it, move.
Good afternoon to all of you.
Yeah, no,
My name is Hima Vadera. I am going to present my effect of seed germination treatment on plant Cucumis mellow. Firstly, we observed the poor seed germination and seeding growth in Cucumis mellow. And is shown in this page. There is a poor seed germination and growth in Cucumis. I have concluded the physical experiment speaking of seed.
Excuse me, Hima, your voice is not coming properly. There is some interruption. Can you hear us, Hima?
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, no, you audible.
Sorry, sir, for the I have a low internet connection. I'm sorry, sir. Can I start from starting?
Yeah, start.
Okay, sir. As we all know, the muskmelon is a plant which are sown in the late winter and early spring. We found the poor seed germination and seedling growth in Pigment Estimation due to low temperature. I have included physical and chemical methods. We know the physical treatments such as seed coat, sneaking, pre-soaking, and moisture amount were applied to the seed for the seed germination for the ease the seed germination rate, and the chemicals such as hydrogen peroxide and potassium nitrate are also used. Here is the material methods. The four hybrid seeds of muskmelon were collected from the Anand Agriculture University, and physical and chemical I have also are applied to the seeds. 100 samples were used treatment. Sorry, these are the 7 treatment I have used to control leaking, pre-soaking, chemical treatment such as potassium nitrate and hydrogen peroxide with various concentration and time period, and moisture back treatment for 1 day. These are the results. I found a higher seed germination treatment, higher seed germination rate in treatments such as nicking, pre-soaking, hydrogen peroxide treatment, and moist cloth bag treatment. And I have measured the shoot length and root length of these seedlings and the weight in which we can clearly see the higher shoot length in pre-soak treatment plant and higher root length in moist cloth treated plant. Sorry, in compared to control in others, and the higher weight of seedling is found in the pre-soaking plant. Here is the anatomical observation of the seedlings. In compared to control, we can see the difference in diameter of vessels, and the number of vessels is higher in the nicking route, and higher larger vessels in a pre-soaking stem. The diameter of vessels is also higher in hydrogen peroxide treated seedlings, and also moist cloth bag treated stems of Cucumis mellow. Here is the conclusion. The treatments such as moist cloth bag, hydrogen peroxide, except concentration 2 hours and time period for 8 hours, pre-soaking and nicking showed the higher seed germination rate. Different treatment induces developmental changes in the seedlings, such as changes in number of layers of phloem and cortex, the size of cortex, the size of xylem and phloem found in root and shoot. So through this kind of treatments, we can grow the healthier plant with the help of seed germination treatment, and we can obtain maximum seed germination percentage and healthy plant rate and higher productive plant. The present study disclosed the relationship between the seed germination treatment and its effect on the architectural changes in the correlation with the seedling development. In future, I want to try the effect of seed germination treatment on fruit as well, so we can enhance the fruit quality and also nutrition quality. Thank you. These are my references.
Thank you, Hema. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Now I invite next for presentation Megha P. Pandya. She is from Sir PP Institute of Science, Maharaja Krishna Kumar Singh Ji, Bhavnagar University, Bhavnagar. Her title of work is Effect of Seaweed Biostimulant on Early Seed Germination and Growth Parameter of Solanum Lycopersicum. Megha Pandya, please.
Can I audible, sir?
You audible, but you are not visible. Not visible.
Thank you, sir.
Chaudhary sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. I have one message.
Yeah.
Just 1 minute.
हाँ जी हिरेन भाई. Mega, can you move the slides?
And actually, sir, I started my presentation.
Yes, sir. I have sent the message in chat box for all the participants. Do not forget to fill the feedback form.
Yeah, that I already sent to all of them with mail
Okay.
ID.
Okay.
And it is also appropriate that we can announce here.
Okay.
All participants are requested to fill the feedback form. In chat box, link is given there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mega, you start now.
Okay, thank you, sir. Myself,
Can you
Megha Pandya.
make your video on?
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Can visible, sir?
Yes, you can start.
Okay, thank you, sir. Myself, Megha Pandya. I'm research scholar from Maharaja Krishna Kumar CG Bhavnagar University, and my topic is the effect of seaweed biostimulant on early seed germination and growth parameter of Solanum lycopersicum. Introduction. Seaweed extract is a liquid fertilizer have come into market. It is a soluble, non-toxic, and non-polluting extract, contribute to the uptake of more nutrients from the soil because the biostimulant present in the seaweed extract is increases the leaf chlorophyll content, fruit production, stomata density, and the photosynthetic rate. Recent researchers have proved that the seaweed liquid fertilizer is better than the other chemical fertilizer because they increase the plant defense enzymes and also decrease the harmful seed microfauna in the plant. And the seed priming technique is commercially used technique to hydrate the seed to a point where germination process begins. I have two priming techniques used. One is a hydroprimed and second is a bioprimed. Hydroprimed I seed soaked in the water, and the bioprimed I seed soaked in the biochemical material in my seaweeds I used in my experiment. Some several studies have described the priming of seeds to enhance the germination rate and the equal opportunity of plant of growth, thereby reducing the emergence time of many horticulture and agricultural crops. The seaweeds, when applied to plant as a foliar spray, can increase the rate of cell division and the elongation in those plants. It's also the soil drench method is also used for the improvement of the soil structure and the soil fertility. So I have two techniques used in foliar spray and soil drench method I used in my experiment. The hormones also increase the root growth when applied to the soil as a meal or when seeds extract is used as a root tip. This is my materials and method. I have collected three seaweed species belongs to Chlorophyceae, Rhodophyceae, and Phyceae. The Chlorophyceae in the Alva latica I have selected seaweeds, and the Rhodophyceae I have selected the Laurentia obtusa, and belongs to Phenophyceae I have selected the Sargassum linearifolium. I collect the seaweed species and wash the seawater 2-3 times for the removal of the salts and epiphytes, and they transferred in my laboratory. And I wash in running water 2-3 times for extra salts removal. and prepare the seaweed extract by Bosleser method 1975. This extract I have considered as a 100% concentration and prepared the 6 different concentration such as 0.2%, 0.5%, 0.7%, 1%, 1.5%, 2%. I have selected, and the different time period I have seed soak in the different time period and different concentration is such as 0 hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 and 24 hours at room temperature for better germination and early seedling. After 10 days, all the vegetative parameters like percentage germination, root length, shoot length, total seedling length, seed vigor index, I have observed in 90 mm sterilized petri dish in my laboratory. I collect the seed tomato. I have collected from Vegetable Scientific Research Station, Anand Agriculture University, Anand, Gujarat, during 2021. And the data analysis, the experiment I used in free replication and data obtained were analyzed using MS Excel program. This is my result. I have actually I have seen that the alva lactica in the lower concentration is better for the field experiment, field trial, but in the laboratory condition, the highly seed vigor index I showed in the higher concentration is the 1.5% concentration in 12-hour time periods. I have already put in the data. So I have a higher seed vigor index obtained. So I have put only for the data in these hours. All the hours time I have collected data. So it is that in laboratory condition, the higher concentration is better for the seed vigor index, but in the field trial, the lower concentration is better for the production and the soil health and improve the plant health. Also, I have seen that in Laurentia obtusa, I have seen that the laboratory condition as well as field trial, I have seen that the lower concentration 0.2% 0 hours time period, I have seen that they have a much big for the seed vigor index, also the fruit production of the plant. Also, the disease of the plant is a decreases level of the decreasing in the lower concentration in Laurentia obtusa seaweed extracted plants. This some Sargassum linearifolium. I have seen that in laboratory condition, the lower concentration 0.2% have a higher seed vigor index, but in the field trial is 1%. So it's a higher percentage is better for the field trial and the fruit production for the better germination, and also the storage of the food is also requirement. It is higher for the all the plant for that. This is some photographs I have. This is alva lactic acid germination in different concentration and the different time period. I have seen that. Some Laurentia obtusa acid germination. First is a tomato plant control plant. Second is a 0.2%, 5%, 7, 1, 1.5, and 2%. First is a 0 over. Second is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 12 and 24 hours plant. Some Sargassum linearifolium seed germination. I have some soil analysis. This experiment actually I carried out in the Excel industry. So that is outsourcing of results. So I have seen that in the soil drench method used, the soil fertility and the all the minerals content are increasing. Organic carbon increasing in the level of the increasing of the percentage in the seaweed species. So I have seen that the alva lactica 0.2% is better for the field trial, but the organic are increasing in the increase the concentration of that and the and nitrogen content is decreasing in the all the increasing the concentration. So I have seen that for that this, and the minimum and the medium level and high level. So it is a organic carbon is a high level of that in alva lactica. This experiment in the Laurentia obtusa. So it is a lower concentration is better for the field trial. So I have seen that the lower concentration is also a higher level in the higher percent ppm is the sulfur, and the medium level is organic carbon and potassium oxide. This is my
Megha, come to
sargassum
conclusion.
linearis. I have some soil water holding capacity because the some xerophytic region of so they have not put it the water in much large amount, so that is a beneficial for the xerophytic region also. The results obtained in my experiment, I have concluded that the higher concentration 1.5% of alva lactica and lower concentration 0.2% of lower Sargassum linearifolium seaweed extract significantly affected Solanum lycopersicum germination parameter as well as growth parameter and the yield compared to control plant. Sorry for that. In especially the brown seaweed is found is a better result in seed germination parameter and growth parameter compared to a red, green, and the control plant, treated plants. The possibility of the existence of minerals and polysaccharides in algal extract auxin-like activity for the effect of growth parameters. This simple practice of application of eco-friendly seaweed liquid extract to tomato plant is in better germination. I have recommended for the brown seaweed is the Sargassum linearifolium is the lower concentration 0.2% is better for the tomato seedling plants for better in the seed germination and the growth parameter. They also increase the soil fertility and supplies adequate trace metals, thereby improving the soil structure.
Okay, thank you, Megha. One question from Yasraj
sir.
Walai. For tomato, how many days is required for germination? When germination starts?
Germination start is at 10 days in control plant, but the all the concentrations I have started this 5 to 6 days in germination.
Means early germination is there.
Yes, early. Sir, also the fruit and flower growing is also starting earlier in all the concentration, but in alva lactica the higher concentration will be a better for that, and the sargassum and laurentia is a lower concentration for better for germination growing for the fruit and flowers.
Okay. What is the Bosley's method for extraction of from seaweed in brief?
Actually, yes, sir. Actually 1:20 ratios for that in all the seaweeds I have overnight in laboratory, and then again I have centrifuge for 10 minutes in 5,000 rpm, and the extract I will obtain.
That is 100%.
Yes, that is 100%, and I have prepared in 6 concentration in that case.
Okay.
In 100% concentration.
I mean, so 0.2, 0.5 or 1%. Like
Yes. And in this concentration, in 6 concentration, I have germination in the various time period. So I have noticed for that the some time periods is better for is increase the germination rate and the fruit production also, sir.
Okay.
So all the time period is not growing, sir. Actually in India not, but outside of the India there is some frozen sea. So that is not the cultivation for the seaweed. So that is the beneficial for that. The seaweed seeds are soaked in the different concentration and then applied for the farmer in the other country. So there is a beneficial for that, and the xerophytic region is also a benefit for that.
One treatment was there soil drenching. So what amount you applied for drenching purpose?
Sir, actually 0.2, 0.5 I have put in the soils, and
Hey, what is the quantity of volume of the extract?
okay, sir, 10 kg 10 kg per 0.2 gram, 0.5 gram. I have used that in the lab.
Repeat it.
10 kg soil I have selected
10
and
kg soil.
10 kg
Soil.
soil and
And then
put in
and
and
how much was the seaweed extract?
0.2, 0.5, sir. 0.2, 0.5, 0.7.
No, means volume in 10 kg. How much volume you applied for 10 kg? Means okay, 0.2%.
Oh,
right?
sir, sir, 0.2%. So 0.2 gram I have put in,
Okay, right,
in the
got
soil.
it.
10 kg
Got
soil.
it. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Now next is Mr. Ajit Singh. He is research scholar in CSIR CSMCRI, Bhavnagar. He will discuss about the physiological and biochemical analysis of halopads from coastal region of Gujarat. Ajit Singh, please.
Hello, sir. You can see my slides.
Yes, move the slides. Is it movable?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is they are movable?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, proceed.
Okay, sir. I'm starting. Okay, sir. Namaskar and good evening to all. I'm Ajit Singh Rathod. I'm from CSIR CSMCRI Bhavnagar. I'm here to present a research paperwork, and title for my today's research paperwork is Physiological and Biochemical Analysis of Halophytes from Coastal Region of Gujarat. First, I will discuss about the objectives of my study. I have taken 3 objectives. First one, to find the adaptive response to salinity in different halophytes. Second one, to study various physiological traits of halophytes under salt stress conditions. Third one, to search for the physiological parameters that has most influence in the response to salt stress. Now moving forward, the site of collection. The 7 halophyte plants and soil species were collected from Victor Port in Gujarat's Amreli district, which I shown in the graph, and the second picture is the actual photograph of the collection site. Now, the picture showing the 7 halophyte species which we have collected from Victor Port. First one, Atriplex, second, Anthracinium, third, Elropus, fourth, Avicennia, fifth, Saliconia, sixth, Cisavium, and 7 Suda species. Then we process all the soil sample and halophyte samples in our lab conditions. After a particular time period, my work was divided into 2 portions. First, I analyzes the plant analysis, then the soil work. In plant analysis, I have carried out few experiments like biochemical analysis, in which I find out chlorophyll estimation, proline, starch, soluble sugar and reducing sugars, polyphenol, total amino acid, and lipid peroxidation concentration. After that, we gone through four antioxidants, that is catalase activity, superoxidase dismutase activity, glutathione reductase activity, and glycol peroxidase activity. After that, the essential plant nutrients available in plants, we go for phosphorus, potassium, zinc, etc. After completing plant work, we move on soil characterization, the basic soil characterization, in which we find out pH, electric conductivity, TDS, and salinity of the soil samples. Now, soil nutrients analysis also done, in which we have selected some specific parameters. So we done only those parameters in which we find out organic carbon percentage, sodium and potassium concentration, available phosphorus, and available ammonia and nitrate in soils. Now I will start with my first experiment. The first analysis was pigment estimation, in which we find out the contents of total chlorophyll, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and carotenoids. All the R units in mg per gram fresh weight. Among 7 halophyte species, 2 species, that is Avicennia and Elropus, showed highest chlorophyll content, that is 0.20 mg per gram fresh weight, and second one 0.19 mg gram fresh weight total chlorophyll content. Now moving on forward, osmolite estimation or biochemical analysis. Then we carried out individual estimation of proline, sugars including starch, soluble sugar, reducing sugars, polyphenols, and total amino acid. Majorly, 2 halophyte species, that is Elropus and Avicennia, are showed better osmolite concentration among other 7 halophyte species. Elropus showed highest concentration of proline, starch, and total amino acid. On the other hand, the species of Avicennia showed highest concentration of soluble sugar, reducing sugar, and polyphenols. On moving forward, the lipid peroxidation assessment. In case of lipid peroxidation, the MDA concentration of Elropus species was highest among the other halophyte species, that is near about approx 20 mu mole per gram fresh weight. Then we carried out 4 enzymatic activity experiment in which we find out catalase activity, SOD activity, GR activity, and GPOX activity. All the species showed optimum enzymatic activity. If a species is showing a minimum of 0.2 to 0.002%, it will be considered as a good ROS activity enzymatic. Then but I have highlighted few species, that is Atriplex showed highest catalase activity and Suda shows highest SOD activity. Also Atriplex showed highest GR activity. L-Rupus showed highest GPOX activity. You can see in the 4th graph. Now moving on forward, the present graphs are showing percentage of plant nutrients including potassium, sodium, carbon, magnesium, phosphorus, and chloride. Among all the species of halophyte, the species Sysavium showed the highest percentage of potassium, sodium, magnesium, and phosphorus. Other than this, Atriplex showed the highest percentage of calcium, and Seliconia species showed the highest percentage of chloride. Now, moving on soil characterization part, I have carried out 4 experiments randomly: pH, EC, TDS, and salinity. With these, the soil samples collected from site was undertaken for pH, EC, TDS, and salinity analysis with reference to a control soil sample. In case of control soil sample, pH of all the soil sample lies nearby the control sample, that is 8.48 pH. So it is good to go for. Then the other parameters like EC, TDS, and salinity was also lesser than the control soil. On moving on forward, furthermore, we carried out few soil nutrient analysis also, in which we calculate organic carbon percentage, sodium content, potassium concentration, ammonia and nitrate concentration, and phosphorus concentration. All are in the unit of mg per kgs. We observed highest percentage of organic carbon in the species of Sysavium and Suda. Other than that, Seliconia species showed highest percentage of sodium and potassium. Also, L-Rupus showed highest percentage of ammonia concentration. In the end, nitrate and phosphorus are showed highest by Suda species. Now, I will like to conclude my presentation by saying the present studies aim to collect the information on various physiological parameters, nutrient content, and soil characterization of 7 different halophytes that grow in the coastal region of Gujarat. The plants growing in these coastal areas are greatly affected by soil salinity and sodium content. Therefore, they undergo salt stress conditions. Different halophytes chosen for the study showed different adaptive and tolerance mechanism under salt stress. Different salt tolerance mechanisms adopted by these halophytes includes ion homeostasis, biosynthesis of osmoprotectants like proline, starch, sugars, and amino acids. Then, and squeezing of ROS, reactive oxygen species are also there, and enzymatic activity of antioxidants. So I can say, concluding, these halophytes can be used for restoration of degraded saline soil. In the end, I like to thank GVS and the organizing committee for giving me the opportunity to present my work at this level. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ajit Singh. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Now, next presentation is Janki Mavalia. Janki Mavalia is there. I think she is not there. No. Okay, JB Pandya, Dr. JB Pandya.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
JB Pandya is Srimad Rajchandra Vidyapit, Valsad. Optimization and efficiency evaluation of Gamgati based composite coating with the lipid additives for post-harvest shelf life and nutritional quality improvement of black palm. Okay, now you can start your presentation.
My screen is visible, sir?
Oh,
It's
no,
moving?
no, I think nothing. Just one figure is showing. So unshare and then again share it.
Yeah, sure, sir. Now it is visible, sir?
No, not visible. First of unshare everything, close everything.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Now we can see you. Now you share your PPT.
Is it visible now?
Something is transfer section of some stem or something is coming. One picture.
Just a minute, sir.
I think you close everything from your mobile and then.
I think connectivity is the problem there.
Yeah, maybe. Or if presentation is not possible, then what you do, you just whatever your observations and conclusions are there, you can just orally present without PPT, if possible.
Okay, sir. Now it is visible now.
You start your presentation. Okay, because you are presenting through mobile, there is some problem.
But here the screen is visible for me, sir.
Okay, so you start. No problem.
Okay, optimization and efficiency of evaluation of Gamgati based composite coating with lipid additive for post-harvest shelf life and nutritional quality to improve the improvement of black palm fruit. Because why I choose the edible coating Gamgati and etc. Because what happen, whatever we are eating or sometimes we eating directly from the market, so it is very hazardous if it is coated by the chemical coating. So here we are applying edible coatings just like Gamgati or aloe or many other things. So to maintain the post-harvest quality of the fruits and increase its shelf life, it is very much essential for uh, 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 provide the good quality transportation and its valuation. So we have choose plum fruit that is Prunus silicina, and what we have done, we have collected the these Prunus fruits from the market, and then from the market we have purchased it and treat it with sodium hypochlorite, whatever the chemical pesticides were there, it is removed, and then after we have provided the coatings with the different formulations. Gamgati is dissolved in the water and it is mixed with the coconut oil or jojoba oil. Some different concentrations were used for the preparation of different coating. And fifth set is used as a just for the control site. And the viscosity analysis of that particular coatings were analyzed, and the physicochemical and biochemical analysis were carried out as per the decay percentage, weight loss, storage life, pH, total soluble solids, total sugars, and browning index, and antioxidant activities such as anthocyanin and flavonols, total phenols and ascorbic acid, and carotene and lycopene. Some enzymatic activity also we have analyzed for the maintaining what is the quality they have maintained. How we choose a particular treatment, so that we have uh, uh, made the different 12 sets of particular coatings, and after the quality checking of that particular concentration, we have selected only 4. So, what are the viscosity we found in the different concentration? It varies between the from 2.9302 up to the 11 or 16 MPa. And then after we have randomly selected some which are in the permissible range of the treatment. We optimize the treatment 4, which is Gamgati 6% and chamomile oil. It increases the shelf life of the all fruits up to the 16 days. Treatment 1, 2, and 3 all are increasing, but treatment 4 is giving us a good result beyond the it doubled the shelf life of that particular fruits. The parameters such weight loss and decay, they are calculated, the pH and flavonoid, uh, uh, total soluble solids, lycopene. This is the first day, whatever we have procured from the market, and what are the amount are present in that particular time, that we have recorded. And then after at 4 days, 8 days, 12 days, and 16 days, why have we have carried out this experiment up to 16 days? Because after 16 days, the shelf life is finished in this treatment. So we have whatever the weight loss was there, decaying percentage and firmness quality and dry weight were calculated as per the formulas. And in all the sets, we found that in majority cases, after 8 days in control or in some treatments, we got the loss. So shelf life of that particular fruit is up to 7 days in control and in some treatments. But after 7 days, 8 to 16 days, whatever shelf life we got and what are the qualities were there, we have measured the pH and total soluble solids. We can see here in many of the treatments, yes, in 16 days, the blanks were there because it is not survived. Even though in total soluble solids or in pH or lycopene content in control, even though 12 days are not there. So because of the its self life was finished. Likewise, total soluble sugars, flavonoid, anthocyanins were uh, carried out, and these are the enzymatic activities. This is a graphical representation of the same data, and we can see that the controls were very much neglected, and by the giving such kind of edible treatment, we can increase the shelf life and quality of the fruit, which decrease sometimes it decrease that enzymatic activity which will decay the particular fruits, and uh, by the end of this presentation, we can conclude that uh, by using Gamgati or such kind of coconut oil or jojoba oil or chameli oil, it acts as a barrier to the water loss, and it also good for the maintaining good antioxidant activity too. And it will also retain the quality of the fruit, such as total phenols, pH, and amylase activity. Water loss will be decreased, and decaying rate is also increased during the storage of this fruit. So thank you very much for this providing such presentation. Just now I am on the way returning to my home, but not able to maybe present over here.
Okay. Okay.
But,
Thank you, Dr. Jay Pandya. Thank you very much. Now I invite for next presentation J.S. Desai, Jigar S. Desai, Department of Agronomy, CP College of Agriculture, STAU, SK Nagar. His presentation is on the yield and economics of grain amaranth influenced by the integrated weed management.
The slide is visible?
Your slide is visible. Move your slides. Move. This is your first slide. Welcome. Next. Yeah. Perfect.
No. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome to all of you.
You start your video as we can see you.
Okay, sir. Okay. It is visible, sir?
Yes, visible.
Welcome to all of you. Myself, Desai Jigar. Today I am here to present my oral presentation on yield and economics on grain amaranthus influenced by integrated weed management. For better understanding, I divided my presentation in 4 contents: introduction, material method, result and discussion, and conclusion. First, we start with the introduction. First, we give the information about the grain amaranth crop. Grain amaranth is a under-exploited tropical novel crop with high nutrition value. Grain amaranth is a rich source of amino acid. In amino acid, particularly, it is a rich source of the lysine, which is very helpful for the improving the protein quality of the foods. and it is very helpful for particular beneficial to infect children and pregnant and lactating humans. Amaranthine can be used in many foods like bread, soups, breakfast, cereals, cookies, crackers, beverages, and now it's used for as cookies purpose. In India, presently, amaranth is grown in Gujarat, Arunachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh, hill of the Uttar Pradesh, and some states of the South India. In Gujarat, it is mainly grown in Banaskantha, Kheda, Mehsana, Sabarkantha, and Patan districts, and in the south region as a rabi crop. It is mainly grown as a sole crop in Banaskantha and Kheda districts. And in Gujarat, it is estimated cultivated area is 12,000 hectares during the 16 and 17. Uh, we talk about the weeds is why it take an effect on weed management. Weeds are the one of the most concerned in agricultural production systems. Weeds can more damage than the insects and pests in crops. Weed compared with the crop for moisture, light, and space for space. Yields loss may be less if the only few weeds are present, but their heavy infection sometimes takes loss in the crop failures. And therefore, timely and appropriate weed control is required for the increase the yield. In view of the scarcity of the laborers and higher labor wages during the peak seasons, integrated weed management could be a more effective, economical, and effective alternative to hand weeding. However, recently the adopting of integrated weed management practices is more effective in control of the weeds. We talk about the material method. Field experiment was conducted during the Rabi season at Agronomy Institute of CP College of Agriculture, Sadar Krishnagir, Datiwada Agriculture University. The land of the soil of the experiment field is low in organic carbon and available nitrogen, medium in available phosphorus, and high in available potassium. For the treatments comparison, we take the mainly three herbicide: pendimethalin, oxyfluorophane, and oxadriazole as a pre-emergence, and oxadriazole also take as a post-emergence. And take with the three pendimethalin, oxyfluorophane, and oxyfluorophane herbicide with the interculturing followed by hand weeding. And for the comparison purpose, I take a weed-free and weedy chalk plots. Result and discussion. Effect of integrated weed management on plant population and plant height of grain evidence. Result indicated that different treatment do not significantly affect on plant population. It means not any toxic effect of the herbicides on plant population of the grain amaranth crop. And result indicate that plant height of the grain amaranth crop were in case of the weed-free treatments higher plant height, and it was at par with treatment oxyfluorophane 50 gram active ingredient per hectare and interculturing followed by hand weeding at 4 weeks after sowing. Plant height is more in weed-free treatment because of the field remaining throughout the weed-free. Effect of integrated weed management on yield and yield attributes of grain amaranth. Result indicated that inflorescence length of the grain amaranth was significantly higher in weed-free treatment. It was remaining at par with oxyfluorophane 50 gram active ingredient per hectare and interculturing followed by hand weeding at 4 weeks after sowing. In case of the grain yield per plant and grain yield, weed-free treatment remains the highest grain yield per plant and grain yield. And however, in case of the integrated weed management, oxyfluorophane at the rate 50 gram active ingredient per hectare and interculturing followed by hand weeding at 4 weeks after sowing was higher in grain yield per plant and grain yield. And in case of the straw yield, weed-free treatment was the higher, and it was remaining at par with oxyfluorophane 50 gram active ingredient per hectare and interculturing followed by hand weeding at 4 weeks after sowing. For the reasoning of the weed-free treatment is a higher is the plot is a remaining throughout the weed-free for the cultivation season. In case of the grain yield and straw yield is higher because the yield attributes and growth character will be higher in wheat feed treatment. In integrated wheat management character, oxychlorophene and interculturing followed by hand weeding, growth and yield attributed character is higher, so grain yield and straw is higher. Economics of the treatments as influenced by integrated wheat management in grain amaranth. We can see here that wheat feed treatment gave higher net realization, but in case of the benefit cost ratio, we can show that the oxychlorophene at the 50 gram active ingredient per hectare and interculturing followed by hand weeding of 40 hectare showing is a higher. Benefit cost ratio of the oxychlorophene and interculturing followed by hand weeding after showing is a higher because there is a lower cost. Now I conclude my presentation. Based on the result of the field experiment, it concluded that higher yield in grain amaranth can be achieved by maintaining the weed-free condition throughout the crop growth period, when labor is easily available. However, under the scarcity of the labor, the higher yield and benefit cost ratio can be achieved with application of oxychlorophene at the rate 50 gram active ingredient per hectare and interculturing followed by hand weeding at 4 weeks after sowing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jigresh Desai. My query is related to the degradation time for weedicide, pendimethalin and oxychlorophene, oxadiazole. What is the
Yes, sir.
biodegradation time? How long they stay in soil?
Sir,
After
it is dependent on dose. Sir,
Okay.
in some case, pendimethalin and oxychlorophene herbicide is remaining is not affect after the crop succeeding crop of the after that less dosage. If there is a higher dose of 2 or more than 2 kg, it affect the succeeding crop.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Jigar.
Thank you, sir.
Next presentation is from Sanjay P. Kolera.
Yes, sir. I am ready to present, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, sir.
It is cholera.
Welcome. हाँ, स्लाइड को मूव करिएगा थोड़ा.
हाँ, एक मिनट सर, पहले फुल स्क्रीन કરીને મૂવ કરું. મૂવ થાય છે સર?
वो पीछे की स्लाइड है, वो एक ही स्लाइड दिख रही है.
नहीं
नहीं सर, वो तो कहीं
आपने दूसरा प्रेजेंटेशन अपलोड कर दिया शायद.
देख लेता हूँ. हाँ सर, एक मिनट, जस्ट ए मिनट.
हाँ, इसमें एक ही स्लाइड है आपका.
हाँ सर, मैं अभी देख लेता हूँ. करेक्ट इट. एक ही स्लाइड है सर. मैं सर मेरे बाद जो है ना उसका टर्न ले लीजिए. मैं अभी अपडेट कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है सर.
ठीक है, ये अनशेयर कर दीजिए आप.
ओके.
Now I invite to MB Dabi, BA College of Agriculture, Anand, Agriculture University, Anand. His talk is on morphological correlation, study of wheat variety against rice weevil.
Yes, sir. I am audible, sir.
Yeah, it's audible.
Yes, sir. Kindly unshare the earlier, sir.
Yeah.
ओके सर. आंसर हो गया सर?
हाँ जी.
ओके सर.
Okay, Mr. Mesh bhai, you can start your presentation. Mahendra bhai.
Yes.
You share your slides.
Yes, I am doing the same. Actually, sir, no problem is there. So, thank you very much for the organizers and chairman and co-chairman for this session. Again, one of my student, she has studied the morphological correlation study of the wheat varieties against the rice weevil. So I have divided the topic in introduction, material method, result discussion, summary and conclusion. So as we know, wheat is a very important crop, and which is the major staple food crop for the all over the world. And most of the peoples they consume this crop as a cereal crop in the world. And the this global production of this wheat, if we consider, which was 772 million metric ton in 2020-21, and in India, if we see, it is around 107 18.18 million tons. Again, the wheat having the various problems during the production as well as after the production. During the post-harvest losses, which is up to 9 to 20%, most of the developing countries, and among them the pest, that is insect pest, which is the very major one during the storage in the godowns as well as in the house condition. In the nowadays the mall condition is also there. So there were a total 100 species of insect that damage to the store product. Among this some important pest, that is rice weevil, that is which is a very important coleopteran pest, which causes up to 50% loss.
Dr. Mahendra,
yes, sir.
So, Dr. Mahendra, sorry for interruption. The
Yes.
slides are not moving.
Now it is moving, sir.
No. It's unshare and then again reshare it.
So there may be some internet problems, sir. If you allow, I can go for the.
Oh, okay. You proceed. No problem.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, sir. So as far as the material method, here the evaluation based on the population growth of the rice weevil, that is Cytophilus oryzae. For that, each variety here, the 3 sample was taken for the wheat grain of 50 gram, and there are 3 replication, and which will fill in the plastic tube individually. And in that 5 to 10 day old, the adults were released, and which allowed to egg laying for the same up to the 7 day. And it also covered with some muslin, 2-fold muslin cloth, so that the adult will not come out. And after 7 days of the exposure, whatever the adult will taken again out, and up to the 6 months of storage, the study was taken for the same, for the number of adults for live and dead, which develop in the each repetition. So here the evaluation based on the weight loss, that also taken for this grain against the rice weevil. Here the whatever the procedure has taken, that is the formula given by this Srivastava and his co-workers during 1973. Here also the 100 grains were collected randomly from the whatever the earlier samples that we have put, and from that again the stored whatever this product sample has segregated into the weevil grain and germ eaten grain. So in that here whatever the grain having the weevil and whatever the whatever the germ material has feed out by this whatever the adult and larvae. So by this way the calculation has taken, that we will see in the further. Then again the evaluation also taken for the different varieties for the seed size, seed weight, seed hardness of the grain against this rice weevil. So how it will helpful, or either it has the positive effect or negative effect. And for that the Indoso seed image analyzer is used for the length and width. Even the weight is also taken for the by using the monoplane electric balance, and also the seed hardness that has also recorded by using the standard texture analyzer. And this hardening was also measured by the comparison individual grain made to track by using our university food processing college. So here the hardness is expressed in the way of the Newton, and again all these parameter that is correlated with the population of the adult, and this loss made by this damage by the pest. So further, if we see here in the tables, the different varieties has taken as a treatment, and there are 3 replication for the number of adults. If we see the emerge out, the higher number of adults that recorded in the GADW3 variety, that is here the 420 adults were emerged out, and the lowest number of population that recorded in the case of this GW11 variety, the same type of this observation has found in the weight loss character, that is the again the GW11 variety that recorded very low amount of this weight loss percentage, and the other further the length, width, and the seed weight and seed hardness, which is correlated with this number of adults and weight loss by the rice weevil. So finally, I will conclude my this topic. That is, the highest number of adults were emerged in the variety of the GW1, and which is proved to be the most preferred variety for the Cytophilus origin, that is rice weevil, which is followed by the GAD W3, GW451, and GW36. Even if you see the percentage of loss in the weight of different wheat varieties due to the rice weevil, which ranged from 11.11 to 50.18. The lowest weight loss was recorded in GW11 variety, which is followed by GW36, GW496, GW322, the low one, and other varieties are also there. The higher weight loss was recorded in GW451, GW1, and GAD-W3. So here the different these varieties has taken from our regional research station of the Anand. If we see the correlation, then the correlation between the seed hardness and weight loss due to this paste was highly significant, which is negatively highly significant correlated with the weight loss. There are no any significant relation between the different character of the seed. Suppose the length of seed, width, and weight of the 100 seed of the different varieties with the weightless of the grain due to the infestation of this paste. So whereas the correlation between seed hardness and weight loss by this paste was highly significant, and we showed the negative correlation with the weight loss. So by this way, I conclude the topic that the GW1 variety, which is the most preferred variety and which will act as a susceptible variety also. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Mahendra Singh.
Sir, I am ready to present.
Okay, Sanjay ji, please.
Okay.
1 minute, sir. I am answering it.
Answer and then.
Yes, 1 minute. Actually, sir, some technical issues are there. It is answered, sir?
Yes, yes.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Sir, good evening to all. So my topic that is, sir, am I audible? मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yeah, हाँ आ रही है. Move your slides. Movable.
Okay, okay, sir.
Just check it.
Okay, sir.
This is your first slide.
So slide move हो रहा है ना?
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
perfectly.
Okay, sir. Preparation of best quality mango leather. That is termed in the Hindi that is the aam papad. Post harvest losses in the mango, that is ranges about 25 to 40% due to the handling, transportation, drying, storage, and marketing losses. PHT post harvest losses could be minimized by converting the mango fruits into the valuable processed product. Mango fruits are converted into the various value-added products like mango powder, canned pulp, pickles, squashes, jam, jelly, marmalades, frozen pieces, candied product, mango leather, etc., etc. Then mango leather is the one of the best option to prepare one of the best product that is prepared from the mango pulp, and it could be stored up to 4 to 5 months at ambient condition. Without any special condition, the mango leather retains almost all the nutritional values of the mango. And the noni is one of the highly nutritive fruit, contains enormous amount of vitamin, minerals, antioxidants, polyphenols, etc. In order to get combined benefit of these two powerful fruits, that is mango and noni, an attempt is made to prepare mango leather with a different combination of mango and noni juice using tray dryer. Keeping this in view, the following objectives are selected for this study: to study the microbial analysis of mango pulp and noni juice. Then second, to prepare mango leather at a different levels of noni juice with mango pulp, and to evaluate the quality parameters of mango leather. Now, the location of the experiment is at the Department of Processing and Food Engineering, College of Agriculture Engineering and Technology, Junagadh Agricultural University, Junagadh. Now, procurement of the mango. The procurement of mango pulp is from the Department of Processing and Food Engineering. We use this canned mango pulp for the experimentation work. So all experiment divided into two phases, that is quality evaluation of mango pulp and noni juice on the basis of microbial analysis. Then in the second phase, drying characteristic of mango leather at different proportion of mango pulp and noni juice using different drying methods. So these are the experimental design. There are the 4 treatments. T1 that include 98% of mango pulp plus 2% noni juice. Then after it is dried by the tray dryer. Then T2 that is 99% mango pulp plus 1% noni juice. Then after it is dried by the tray dryer. Then T3 that is 100% mango pulp without any noni juice plus tray drying. And fourth one, that is the control treatment. That is 100% mango pulp plus no noni juice and sun drying. That is the traditional method. Whole experiment is replicated 3 times. Now, first of all, that is the preparation of canned Kesar mango pulp tins. That is prepared in our JAU mango canning plant. This is the photograph of mango canning plant. This is the ripening chamber of the mango, and fresh that the strong and hard mango fruits were selected. Then first operation is the washing. Then second operation is the peeling. Then after this, this is the photograph of the peeled mango. This is the pulper. Then after pulping is done, then this is the preparation of the sugar syrup at 70-degree Brix. This is the standardization process and heating of the mango pulp. These are the photographs of biochemical analysis of the pulp. This is the filling of the pulp in the tin which contained 850 grams of the pulp. These are the photographs of the simming of the mango tins by simming machine. Then these are the packed mango tins. Sir, our university product is sold on the basis of Savage brand mango pulp. Then the storage of the mango pulp. Then quality evaluation of the mango pulp. That is the sensory quality of the mango pulp on the basis of color, texture, flavor, odor, texture, etc. Then preparation of mango leather. So this canned mango pulp is emptied in a stainless steel vessel. Then after mixing of the noni juice at the rate 1% and 2%. So this is the mixed mango pulp plus noni juice in SS plate for the drying. Now it is ready for the drying. Then it is this SS plate that is loaded in the tray dryer at a temperature of 60 degrees Celsius temperature and 1.5 meter per second air velocity. So sir, this is the dried mango leather, diced in 40 by 40 mm square pieces. Then after it is wrapped in ADP bag and packed vacuumically by the vacuum machine, that is at the negative pressure of 760 mm Hg vacuum pressure. This is the organoleptic, that is sensory evaluation of the prepared mango leather on the basis of 9-point hedonic test. Now results. So as far as the initial moisture content is the same for all the treatments, then final moisture content is range about the 13% on the weight basis, and highest drying time was required in the sun drying method, that is 24 hours. Then other 3 remaining treatment has the that means T1, T2 and T3 has the same drying time, that is 12 hours. This is the quality evaluation on the basis of color, texture, aroma, flavor, odor, all the parameters. So T4 treatment gets the highest rank, that is 7.34 overall acceptability on the basis of quality. So following conclusions are drawn for this from this investigation, that is the drying of mango leather could be successfully completed by reducing initial moisture content of 64% to 13% to 40% in 12 hours only by using tray dryer at 60 degree centigrade and 1.5 meter per second air velocity. Then sun drying take maximum time, that is 24 hours. That means 4 days required to reduce the initial moisture content of 64% weight basis to 13%. Then no any microbial growth was found in mango pulp and noni juice before starting the experiment. And highest sensory score on the basis of taste, color, flavor, and texture were obtained in treatment T4, that is the 100% mango pulp plus 0% noni juice plus sun drying. Then lowest sensory scores on the basis of taste, color, flavor, texture were obtained in treatment T2, that is 99% mango pulp plus 1% noni juice plus tray drying. Then no any microbial growth was found in mango leather prepared by different treatment combination. So this is extract of this experiment, sir. And finally, from the present investigation, it could be concluded that the mango leather prepared by sun drying was found best on the basis of sensory analysis among all the other treatments.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sanjay ji, for a very sweet presentation. Mango leather, arm papad. Thank you very much.
Okay, any questions, sir?
No, it is very sweet.
सर हमारे गुरु भी अभी ये प्रेजेंटेशन में शामिल है, डॉक्टर वीरेंद्र भट्ट, प्रोफेसर वीरेंद्र भट्ट है, उसके पास से हम सीखे हुए हैं सब.
No, it's your greatness.
भट्ट साहब बराबर है ना?
बिल्कुल बराबर, बिल्कुल बराबर.
Okay sir, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay ji. Okay. Now next presentation is from Dr. R.R. Patel, AICRP, IFS, SDAU, Adya. Dr. R.R. Patel. And his presentation is on major constraints faced by the farmers of Patan district. R.R. Patel, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yes, you are audible. Dr. R.R. Patel, unmute yourself. I think there is network problem from R.R. Patel.
Can we ask next one?
Yeah. Dr. Rana Pratap ji is already there. Okay. Next presenter is Dr. R.C. Salunke, College of Agriculture, Engineering and Technology, Anand Agriculture University, Godhra. His work is on development of sensor-based fuel measurement system for tractor. Dr. Salunke, please.
Yes, sir, my screen is visible. Yes, sir, my screen is visible.
Very much.
Yes.
It's visible. It's visible.
Okay. The slide is moving.
Yes, it's moving.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much, Dr. Chaudhary, sir, respected chairman, co-chairman, and dear participants. For long time we are waiting for our turn. So thank you very much for accepting our paper and give the opportunity to present this small and sweet work in this Gujarat Vigyan Sammelan 2022. This is the content of my PPT: introduction, objectives of the work, material and method, result discussion, and conclusion. So introduction, as we know, what is farm mechanization. So we use different types of tools, hand tools, equipments, machines in performing various agriculture operations to make it easy, to make it faster. So it can be, we can say it is farm mechanization. So what are the objectives of farm mechanization? So as we know, by using these machineries in agriculture, our ultimate aim to provide the comfort to the operator, to reduce the time required for the performing these operations, and to increase the production. So what about the farm mechanization level in India? So overall in India, if we consider for all crops, the farm mechanization level is reached up to 40 to 45%. If we go for operation wise, then in tillage operation it is up to 40%. In seeding and planting it is up to 30%. Plant protection operations it is up to 30 to 45%, and harvesting and threshing it is 60 to 70%. If we see the level of farm mechanization state wise, then we know that northern states have more farm mechanization level as compared to the southern states and hilly region states. And if we go for the plant wise, then wheat, paddy or cereal crops have more farm mechanization level as compared to the vegetable crops or harvesting horticulture crops. So for farm mechanization, one of the important thing it is the source of power. So what are the different source power available? So human, animal, mechanical, electrical, renewable. In renewable it is solar, wind, biomass. These are the basically sources of power available for farm mechanization on the field. If we think about the mechanical power, so in mechanical power there are various diesel and petrol engines, power tiller, tractor, and self-propelled equipments are used as a power source, mechanical power source. And all these mechanical power sources require fossil fuel. The amount of fuel consumed depends upon the type of fuel used, efficiency, what is the output of the engine used in this machine. And we know the diesel price is increasing day by day. It is about 90 to 95 rupees per liter today. And if we find out the cost of any operation by in which mechanical power source is used, so we find about 50 to 60% cost is only of the fuel cost as compared to the other cost. So hence fuel is very precise, and it is very important to know what is the fuel consumption is happening during these operations. So justification of this topic. So in various, whatever the automobiles, nowadays there are digital fuel indicator systems are used, but in tractor till this fuel system means fuel consumption indicator system is not used, and the consumption generally farmers use logbook method, and keeping the record, they find how much fuel is consumed by the tractor during the operations. Where tractor is need to find the fuel consumption of short period, that is for 1 to 2 hours, then this method is very inappropriate, and it causes the problem at the time of giving the tractor on the custom hiring basis to the other farmers. So tractor owner and customer cannot find exact amount of fuel consumed during the short period of operations. Even at the time of testing any agriculture machinery, we need short time measurement of the fuel consumption, and it is not possible by these methods. So we use generally auxiliary tank method, by which we can find. But till in this is suppose there are number of trials, field trials with number of combinations, and whatever the plot size in the field is very short. So it is tractor will run for 2 to 3 or 5 minutes. So at this condition, it is very difficult to find the fuel consumption. So considering all these facts, this topic is taken into hand to find to make the equipment digital based equipment which can able to measure real time fuel consumption at the time of operating in the field with tractor. So with this, these are the objective: select appropriate flow sensors and related hardware components to develop the sensor based fuel measurement system and to calibrate this system or check its accuracy and percentage error. So material method. So what are the different components we used in this system? So liquid flow sensors, 2 number. We use Arduino Uno, 1 number, LCD display, power bank, and some other brick board and wires for this. So first is the flow sensor, which is very important device in the system. It is a liquid flow sensor we used, and we use this YF-S201, which working on the Hall effect liquid flow sensor, and it comes with the 3 wires. So this is the specification of these flow sensors, and this is the figure of these flow sensors. This output is 5 volt, maximum current drop 15 milliampere. So these are the specifications. Pulses per liter is about 450. Durability, accuracy is about 10% plus minus. The next important component is Arduino Uno. So it is a microcontroller based on the 80 mega 328. It is very simple to use. And it has 20 digital input output pins, of which 6 can be used for PMW outputs and 6 can be used for along inputs. And it is a 760 megahertz resonator, and it can be connected by USB through the laptop, and we can use the power bank for the operating these microcontrol. So this is the specifications. About 31.5 kilobyte memory size, minimum operating voltage 5 volt, size and weight is given. So there are different types of Arduino available in the market. So it is the commonly used for small projects. So we selected this one. Then interface for LCD display. So whatever the readings we are taking, so to convert this into digital format, we use the LCD display. So this is the specifications of the LCD display. This is number of characters, 20 characters with 4 lines and all other parameters. Power bank, we use the power bank, which is common, about 10,000 mega hour, ampere hour power bank is used, and it can be easily connected to the system. These are the specifications of the power bank. It gives about 4 to 6 hours of charging time, and it backup we can get 4 to 6 hours. So these are the total components. We by using these components we develop the system. Then the connection of the components, how we use the connect these components. So this is the diagram which shows the how we connect the flow sensor to the Arduino. Then this is the connection for the LCD display. Arduino is connected with the LCD display. This is the overall connection. Power bank is connected with Arduino, and then through Arduino we give power to the both sensors and LCD display. So this is the connections. So this is the calibration setup we developed or used to calibrate the both sensors. There is here is the 2 sensors. This was sensor 1, sensor 2. We use this electrical power up battery operated knapsack sprayer. By this we take the flow, and this flow is diverted through these both flow sensors, and then it is collected into cylinder so that we can measure the actual volume. Then procedure for calibration. So we use this step-by-step procedure for calibration. So first we one of the important thing that is we develop the code, and this code is transferred on the laptop, and then by this we can total system is means Arduino Uno has given this total code, and on this code this total system is working. So this is the calibration procedure. So by this first our aim is to find out the what is the pulses we getting at particular duration of time or a particular volume of fuel. So when we operate this system, so for particular time, say suppose 50 seconds or 1 minute, 60 seconds. So some amount of the fuel will be collected in the cylinder. So at that time, what are the pulse count we get that we find in the first procedure. Then by using this formula, we use the find out the multiplication factor, that is volume collected in the cylinder divided by the pulse count. Suppose for particular 60 seconds we run the system and we find the 1000 milliliter or 1 liter and pulse count is 450, then we can find the that is the multiplication factor, and then this multiplication factor is used in the code. And by doing this mathematical formulation in the code, we find the next again we run this modified code we upload into the system, and then we run the system and get the directly reading on the LCD display with liter per hour. And then again we run the system, find the whatever the display shown on the LCD display and what is the actual amount of the fuel collected in the measuring cylinder. There may be some error. So again, we use this formula, pulse count is equal to display reading upon previous multiplication factor, and then we find the new multiplication factor, and then this new multiplication factor is again inserted into the code, and this code is uploaded into the system. After doing this 4 to 5 times, we get exact multiplication factor, and our readings we get close reading to the whatever the actually collected in the cylinder. So with this, we do the calibration. After calibration, we conducted the experiment for 20 milliseconds, 40 seconds, 60 seconds, 120, 180, and 300 seconds. And these are the we can say graph we get. That is the same for sensor 1. That is display. Blue line is shows the display reading in the LCD display, and the actual reading that is collected into the cylinder. That is the orange. So we can see in all these, both lines are matching with each other. Means whatever the reading we are getting in display and actual, these are close to each other. So it is we conducted the experiment for 20 seconds, 40 seconds, 60 seconds, 120 seconds, 180 seconds, 240 seconds, and 300 seconds. And this graph gives the average. We take the average of all display reading and average of the actual reading with the time. So this is 20, 40, 80, 300, up to 300. So we can find that is we get the linear function in between these with R square value 1. It means with the time duration, there is no fluctuation of in the reading. We get the linear reading. Means whatever the difference between actual and display is remain constant throughout the duration of the time. So similarly, same thing we follow for the sensor 2 also. Then we find the actually percentage error in accuracy. So you can see here in sensor 1 percentage error is this one. In accuracy about 98 to 99% in both sensors. So we can say that is the sensor is working accurately, our code is working properly, and we get very close reading with the actual. So with this, these are some conclusions. So this, whatever we selected the sensor, that is YFPS201, it is appropriate for the system. Arduino Uno is working good in the system. Power bank is giving good endurance limit. Then developer code is working correctly. Calibration shows the display reading and actual volume collected in the cylinder for both sensor is close to each other. So with this, finally we conclude that with the accuracy in all duration time from 20 seconds to 300 seconds remains above 99%. The developed sensor-based fuel measurement system could be used on the tractor for short and long duration of time. This is the references. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir,
Thank you, Dr. Pratap.
Patel, sir.
Yeah.
I can join now.
Yes, Patel sir.
I can ready to present, sir.
Okay.
Just allow me to share the screen, sir.
राणा पटेल जी स्क्रीन को अनशेयर कर दीजिए तो।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. I have shared, sir.
Okay, sir. It's saying that participant. Okay, now I think it will allow me to share.
Yeah, Kapil sir, you can start.
हाँ पटेल सर आप शेयर कीजिए
हाँ
स्क्रीन।
सर शेयर किया मैंने।
डिस्प्ले नहीं हो रहा है।
डिस्प्ले का क्या?
Actually, Kapil Mandle sir, he started.
Is it now my?
No, Kapil, wait for 5 minutes only.
शेयर हुआ सर।
My screen is visible to all of you, sir.
हाँ
Kapil, wait for
Kapil
5
sir,
minutes.
please wait for some time. Another participant is trying to join. He is trying to share. Kapil sir, you
Okay.
will disconnect or you may unshare the screen.
Then I have to escape from this.
Okay, thank you, Kapil.
I have one share. Kindly share, Patel ji.
हाँ सर ये हो रहा नहीं है।
हाँ जी आपका वीडियो आ रहा है।
हाँ
सर आप एक काम कीजिए, अगर आपके एंड से अगर शेयर नहीं हो रहा है तो आप अपना प्रेजेंटेशन मुझे व्हाट्सएप कीजिए।
ओके
ठीक है, मैं मेरे यहाँ से शेयरिंग करके आप सिर्फ अनम्यूट रहिएगा और आप वहां से वर्बल प्रेजेंटेशन दीजिएगा। मैं प्रेजेंटेशन की स्लाइड मूव करता जाऊंगा। ठीक है, तब तक कपिल जी का कंप्लीट हो जाने दीजिए। तब तक आप मुझे ईमेल कर दीजिए, मैं आपको मेरा ईमेल और नंबर दोनों में मेरा ईमेल चैट बॉक्स में रख रहा हूँ।
सर आई कैन वर्बली। हाँ सर।
हाँ ठीक है पटेल साहब, वर्बली कर लीजिए आप।
हाँ मेजर कंस्ट्रेंट faced by the farmers of Patan district, sir.
जरा वर्बली कर रहे हैं?
हाँ पटेल सर वर्बली कर रहे हैं।
नो इशू।
Okay. Sir, I will directly go to my objective and methodology, sir.
Sure.
Here we have, here I have selected 2 blocks from the Patan district. One is as a high productive block and second Radhampur as the low productive block, sir. Okay. And 3 villages from each block, sir. Results. Hello. Now I will discuss regarding the results only. Total 237 farmers we have covered. For the analysis, I have used the to work out the constraint Garrett's formula, sir. Okay. I have.
We are listening. Yes, sir.
Okay. From the table 1, total 237 farmers, we can name of the farm villages and blocks and so. Okay, Ariz and Radhanpur blocks. 3 villages from each block. Name of villages Masa, Navamoka, Paloli from Ariz block and Kambroda, Chapra and Iploda from Radhanpur block, sir. Okay, total 237 farmers we have studied. I have used Garrett ranking method, sir. I have applied Garrett ranking, and at the last, the conclusion, major constraint of the farmers are problems of pigs and nilgai, sir. Number 1. Okay, sir. Second, it was a high cost of input. These are the major constraints which are to be highlighted. Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Patel sir.
Okay.
My question is, Patel sir, the pigs are also roaming in rural villages. Generally, pigs are roaming in the cities.
No, I was studied in villages, sir. I have covered. These are
so pigs and nilgai is a big problem for farmers.
In the standing crop, they are disturbing their crop.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
It's a major constraint of this district, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Patel sir.
Okay. Thanks,
Now I invite our last presenter, Kapil Mandoi. He is from College of Agriculture, Engineering and Technology, Anand Agriculture University, Godhra campus. And his title is Optimization of Dimensions of Ground Wheel used in the various agricultural farm machines using CAD tool. Kapil, please.
Audible to all of you, sir?
Audible.
My screen is also visible?
Yeah, screen is visible. Your PPT is visible. You change your slides. Slides are moving or check?
Pardon, sir?
You move your slides.
Yeah, right. Okay, sir.
So that your presentation is.
So, a very good evening to all of you present here. As sir told that my topic is optimization of dimensions of a ground wheel used in various agriculture farm machine using CAD tool. So basically, we all of knowing that India is an agriculture-based country, and for agriculture mechanization refers to the interaction of improved tool implements and machine between farm workers and materials handled by them. Because of as average yield in India is generally 30 to 50% of the highest average yield of the world. From farm mechanization, agriculture machineries are very important. And for that, various farm equipment are used for different types of agriculture operations. And with the help of these power sources, one of the important operation of agriculture is sowing. And sowing operation performed to obtain desired seed rate, good germination, proper plant growth, and maximum yield. When we are designing any component of the machine, it is very important and crucial to select the various parts and various elements of that machine. So here the ground wheel, which is very critical part of any sowing machine or most of the machines which are used for agriculture operation in the farm. This ground wheel is a machine. The main thing is generally this ground wheel is used in machine is just let's take it for granted. There is no optimization of the particular ground wheel is found in any literatures. Generally, the main criteria is this ground wheel is choose between the diameter of 40 to 70 centimeter and its rim width is varies from 30 to 60 centimeters as per the standards for ground wheels. So here I have tried to optimize the dimension of ground wheel, looking into the functionality of a ground wheel in such a way that the optimization of ground wheel doesn't affect the functionality of the machines. For that, I have used CAD tool, basically which is works on FEA, that is finite element analysis. So the methodology is used. First, we have selected a particular shape of ground wheel. Then, to impose the constraint while we are going to design it on using CAD software, that is ProE, we first measure the parameter which is important for designing that ground wheel, that is draft, torque, power, and speed. Then after measurement have taken off these all the parameters, we selected a particular ground wheel which is having the fake for optimization purpose. Then in fourth step, we have prepared a 3D model, solid model on ProE, and then we applied the constraint. Then for FE analysis, the important step is meshing, and then we applied meshing. Then we allowed the post-processing, we make several iterations, and then by this, final design has come out on the basis of stress analysis. And after that, we have, based on this optimized design, we have fabricated again a ground wheel and tested it in a already machine by replacing the old one. And then we evaluated this ground wheel with the existing machine. So the experimental site to evaluate the different sowing machine is a sandy loam soil. The type of soil is sandy loam. And this is of course at College of Agriculture Engineering Technology, Godhra. We have, as I have shown the different pictures of a ground wheel. So I have selected these 4 types of ground wheels randomly on the depending upon their shape, and named it as a ground wheel 1, ground wheel 2, ground wheel 3, and ground wheel 4. We prepared the plot to measure the constraint, that is power, draft, and skid of this ground wheel. So we have prepared the plot. Then with the help of tractor, we have measured all these parameters which is needed for designing it into the CAD tool. So these are the pictures while we are taking the measurements and measuring the draft and power for that ground wheel. So here short intro about the FE I want to explain you. FE is the simulation of any given physical phenomena based on the numerical techniques called finite element analysis. Basically, what we do in that, we divide into small elements, big machine part into small elements. Then we make a stress analysis or different kind of analysis on that small element. Then, on the basis of that small element, we using this FE equations, we propose a whole scenario of failure in a particular machine. And for this criteria, the acceptance criteria for our case is induced stress due to the loading should be less than the yield stress of a material. Here we have taken the material as a mild steel. So our select acceptance criteria for safe design is the yield stress, the working stress must be lower than the yield stress. And the second criteria for the safe design is deformation in the beam element, as we taken the peg as a beam element is less than 0.04 mm. And the simulation which is we have observed in software is stress induced due to the loading and deformation pattern. The constraints which we applied during the wheel optimization process using CAD tool is adaptability of optimized ground wheel with existing sewing machine. Then the hub, that is the central part where there's a ground wheel mounted on the axle of any sewing or any agriculture machine which is using the ground wheel. So for that, hub of the wheel is considered as a fixed element. Overall diameter and rim width of ground wheel is considered as a fixed, because our objective is that we don't want to disturb the functionality of a machine. That's why the rim and diameter were kept fixed. Then observe load and torque applied on the solid model to perform static analysis. Then whatever we have observed the load and torque through the field measurement, we applied on that static model. Then the iteration was performed on the basis of available standard size of a round bar and mild steel. So this is the picture of ground wheel. So the space which we not considered for optimization is shown as a non-design space for our wheel number 3, that is diameter of the wheel and rim of the wheel. And the space which we considered for design is the diameter of peg and the length of the we had also not disturbed the peg of length. Then the second thing that we have taken for design optimization is the stiffness which support the rim. And third one is the width of the ground wheel's ring, which is clear from this figure. Then these are the parameters which we measure on our plot. So the soil moisture up to the 25 centimeter depth of field is measured at 14.47%. Then the bulk density at the same depth we measure, it's 1.47. The average value of the bulk density of soil 4 grams per centimeter cube. Then here are the different drafts that have measured for different types of ground wheel is shown here. So for ground wheel 3, which we have taken for our optimization purpose, we obtained that is 267.87 Newton. Similarly, is obtained 50.7 here. Then power is obtained 67.86 watt. Speed measured in this ground wheel 3 is 14.7%. So based on the results obtained from evaluation of different ground wheel of various sowing and planting machine as per the first objective of our ground wheel, among all, this ground wheel 3 was found minimum compared to other. Depending on the manufacturing constraint, the dimension of one ground wheel belongs to GW3 selected for the optimization. This is the dimensions as shown in the picture is the dimension of the existing ground wheel, which we have taken for optimization purpose. So after that, we have prepared a solid model using the CAD tool with this dimension, original dimension of our ground wheels. Then the parameter which we have applied for the material, we have taken the material that is mild steel. The density of the material is 7870 kg per meter cube. The Young modulus is 205 gigapascals and the Poisson's ratio is 0.28. Here are the meshing details. The meshing is an important part. So we take a quadratic method and the smoothing is applied as a medium smoothing and total element size is taken as a 5 mm. Then total nodes for our geometry is 1,12,501 and the total elements are 49,951. The static analysis that we performed on the existing ground wheels and these results are obtained. As you can see, the maximum yield stress is 0.12 Newton per mm square. Then the deformation is 45.706. We optimize on the basis of that ground, the results we have obtained. We have reduced the stiffener to reduce the weight of this ground wheel. So we have reduced it from 4 to 3. And we also changed the diameter of the peg, that is 12 mm. We kept the rim as same. Total length of the peg is 120 mm. The angle between two stiffeners is 120 degree. And the diameter of the hub is taken as a 16 mm. And we have kept the thickness of the rim as well as the stiffener is 6 mm after optimization. Now again we have for optimization we have performed a stress analysis on the ground wheel which we have proposed for optimization. So these are the results of the stress plot and deformation plot, which is a critical point to say not. And after optimization, you can see in the second picture is the new optimized wheel. We have tested it again with a sewing machine for its evaluation and its functionality. So finally, as a results, the existing design and optimized designs, we have reduced the weight by almost 20%. That is, first the weight is 5.64 kg and second ground wheel's weight is 3.74 kg. Deformation is little bit, of course, it's higher as we minimize the thickness of the rim as well as the pegs. Similarly, maximum stress generated in existing ground wheel is 45, which is also well below the safe limit, that is 220 Newton per meter square used for mild steel. And in case of optimized wheel, it is a 62.53 megapascal. And skid percentage we found is 14.70 in first case and in second 13.21. So the conclusion we drawn from this, the for ground wheel number 3 is 14.70. We found the skid Then the after optimization, these are the final dimensions of the optimized ground wheel. Outer diameter is 280 mm, inner diameter is 274 mm. Total number of stiffeners which are optimized is 3. The thickness of stiffener plates are 6 mm. Number of spokes are 12 and the diameter of spoke is 12 mm. For the constraints we applied, there is a no change has been done in overall diameter and its rim width. Only number of stiffener reduced and diameter of spoke changed from 16 to 12 mm. Similarly, thickness of a plate used was changed from 10 to 6 mm to continue the functionality of a ground wheel in existing machine. Static structure analysis results show sufficient design margin, that is 62.53 megapascal, without falling in ill stress failure criteria. With the almost the factor of safety in this case is 4, it concludes that the design is passing the acceptance criteria. So this was the results, and in this way we have optimized the ground wheels. These are the reference. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kapil. Thank you very much for nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. This was the last presentation. Now I invite to Dr. Virendra Bhatt, co-chairman of this session, to conclude the session and give the vote of thanks. Dr. Virendra Bhatt, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. D.R. Chaudhary. I'm very much thankful to you. You have nicely conducted this session. This session, total 15 presentations were there. All participants were very energetic. They gave very vivid speech. Their presentation was also maintaining very good ratio of text to visuals. The total subjects they covered were 9 subjects. Out of 15, 5 were in the crop improvement and plant breeding. 2 handle the seed treatment and other things. 1 the analytical. 2 were from the post-harvest technology and value addition. 1 also presented the agronomical study. 1 entomological study. Very good presentation was from the farmers constraints. That was very good. And 2 were from the farm machinery side. So there were total 15 presentations. All presentations were very good. Generally in the presentations, it takes 1 hour to prepare the presentation for 1 minute. So 1 minute's presentation needs 1 hour preparation. And that was justice, I think, given to by all the participants to their presentations. It is said that there must be, to get into the subject should get, first you have to get into the subject, then the subject should get into your mind, and then only the subject may get into the heart of the audience. All participants very nicely justified these norms. And although it is too late, because आज की शाम विज्ञान के नाम हमारी बना दी, इसलिए we are very much thankful to the Vigyan Gurjari for providing such platform. Very good churning and very good output has come out from this churning. So we are very much thankful to Vidya Bharti and Vigyan Gurjari. We are thankful to Dr. Vidyadhar Vaid, Dr. Prashant Kunjaria ji, Dr. Sunil Kahar ji, Dr. Jignesh Borisagar ji, Dr. Hiren Rajguru ji, and very much thankful to Dr. Dungar Chaudhary ji. I could learn also from him how to tackle when the speaker is having some trouble in connectivity and other problems. Very nicely, very delicately, he handled the situation and he encouraged the speaker to come out from that trouble so that speaker could present the stuff very nicely. One and all, I am thankful to all of you, all participants, all organizers, and persons who have assisted and made possible this session to go on, to go ahead nicely. Thank you very much to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Virendra ji. Now I invite Dr. Hirenji Rajya from Vigyan Gurjari to give vote of thanks to all participants. Dr. Hiren, please.
Good evening, all participants. First of all, congratulate to all the team members, all the coordinators and all the participants for this power-packed morning to evening session of agriculture. आज के दिन के बारे में अगर बताने जाएंगे तो आज का पूरा दिन एग्रीकल्चरमय हो गया है। सुबह से लेके क्लाइमेट चेंज से चालू करके इंटीग्रेटेड फार्मिंग से लेके जितने भी सब्जेक्ट पे हमने एक्सपर्ट स्पीकर के लेक्चर हमने देखे, उसमें से आज का पूरा दिन काफी सारा हमने नॉलेज गेन किया, काफी सारे प्रेजेंटेशन हमने लिए। उसमें काफी सारा जो आज का दिन है वो पूरा एग्रीकल्चर में, बेसिकली आई एम नॉट द पर्सन ऑफ द एग्रीकल्चर, बेसिकली आई एम द माइक्रोबायोलॉजिस्ट, बट आज का पूरा सेशन देखने के बाद काफी हद तक एग्रीकल्चर के बारे में मैं भी जानने लगा हूँ। बिफोर स्टार्टिंग माय थैंक यू नोट, सबसे पहले मैं विद्याधर वैद्य जी का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूंगा कि उन्होंने विज्ञान गुजरी और विज्ञान भारती के बारे में जितने भी हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं उनको बताया। उसके बाद में हमारे इवेंट के कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं प्रशांत जी गुंजड़िया जी, जिग्नेश बोरीसागर जी, सुनील कहार जी, उनका धन्यवाद करूंगा कि हम सबको एग्रीकल्चर के माध्यम द्वारा जितने भी लोग हैं उनको एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाने का एक साहस किया और एक प्रयत्न किया। उसके बाद में जितने भी हमारे स्पीकर हैं, सबसे पहले मैं थैंक यू, आई विल थैंकफुल टू डॉक्टर MC वासने सर, जिन्होंने एग्रीकल्चर पॉलिसी ऑफ इंडिया के बारे में हमको काफी सारी चीजें बताई। उसमें से काफी सारे फैक्ट उन्होंने ऐसे बताए जो हमको पहले नहीं पता थे, जैसे कि हम लोग डेवलपमेंट के बारे में उन्होंने बताया कि डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर बेसिकली ओरिजिनेट फ्रॉम इंडिया। काफी चीजें हमको हम लोग ऐसे जानते थे कि वी आर फॉलोइंग द वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज, बट in many of the things India is the originator and pioneer in terms of agriculture development। फिर भले वो मॉडर्न साइंस रहा हो या फिर एंशियंट साइंस रहा हो। उसके बाद मैं डॉक्टर लक्ष्मण सिंह राठौर सर का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूंगा कि he has provided the very good knowledge about the climate change, get clear all the funda about climate change। उसके बाद I am very much thankful to Dr. Kapil Shah for giving us the factual data on the basis of all the publications and all the magazines and all the newspaper and all the evidence-based data. Mr. Kapil Shah has provided us evidence-based data about the sustainable agriculture development, which is actually the need of the day. Then after Dr. Manjan Goda sir, then Dr. Neeraj Singh sir, Dr. Nand Kumar sir, Dr. KG Mehta sir, जिन्होंने स्पेसिफिकली क्लाइमेट चेंज, एग्रीकल्चर का क्या रोल है क्लाइमेट चेंज के डेवलपमेंट में, क्लाइमेट चेंज के सोर्स में, और हाउ कैन वी मिटिगेट द रिस्क ऑफ क्लाइमेट चेंज विद द हेल्प ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर। उसके बाद डॉक्टर देवरा सर, श्री मनोज भाई सोलंकी सर, बेसिकली मनोज भाई सोलंकी सर ने, बिकॉज ही इज अ फार्मर, ही इज नॉट द एग्रीकल्चर साइंटिस्ट, बट उन्होंने जो प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच के बारे में हमको बताया, इट इज रियली अप्रिशिएटेबल। और बेसिक जो चीजें जो फार्मर्स के बेनिफिट के लिए है वो उन्होंने समझाई। डॉक्टर राजीव कुमार जी, डॉक्टर वीरेश हट्टी सर, उसके बाद डॉक्टर अरविंद पाठक सर की जिन्होंने इंटीग्रेटेड फार्मिंग में सेम फैसिलिटी में हाउ कैन वी इंटीग्रेट मल्टीपल प्रोडक्ट इन मल्टीपल फार्मिंग कॉन्सेप्ट इन द सेम वे। देन डॉक्टर LJ देसाई सर, due to some problems we cannot see his presentation, but he has been provided very good knowledge about the integrated farming approach. Then Dr. Pushpa, then Dr. Satish Kumar Sen. So at the end, at the summarize, we get immense speaker during the entire day, and we get thoroughly knowledge about each aspect of the climate change, whether it is integrated farming or whether it is sustainability. And at last, all the participants are hats off, truly hats off, because after attending the entire day whole sessions, they have represent their presentation with the same stamina, like just we have started the event. So I highly appreciate for all the participants. और अंत में मैं जितने भी हमारे कोऑर्डिनेटर है विज्ञान गुजरी के, जिन्होंने ये इवेंट को सक्सेसफुल बनाने में पार्टिसिपेट किया है और एफर्ट दिए हैं, डॉक्टर गौरव दवे सर, डॉक्टर चौधरी सर, भट्ट सर के, जिन्होंने कंटिन्यूअसली, हम लोग सब जानते हैं कि ऑनलाइन इवेंट्स में काफी सारी कम्युनिकेशन में भी प्रॉब्लम रहती है और कनेक्टिविटी में भी प्रॉब्लम रहती है। टिल वी हैव try to utilize maximum time to run this event successfully. और दूसरा, मैं विज्ञान गुरुजरी और विज्ञान भारती का भी आभार प्रकट करता हूं कि जिन्होंने हमको ये अवसर दिया कि हम लोग जितने भी सारे एग्रीकल्चर कम्युनिटी के लोग हो उनको इकट्ठा कर पाए और उनसे अच्छा नॉलेज लोगों तक पहुंचा पाए। बस मैं ज्यादा समय न लेते हुए, वैसे भी आज हम लोग काफी देर से इकट्ठे बैठे हुए हैं, जुड़े हुए, अभी मैं ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा। बस जितने भी लोग हमसे जुड़े हैं आज के लिए, उनके लिए तहे दिल से सबका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं। और दूसरा के सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए प्लीज फिल द फीडबैक फॉर्म भरना मत भूलिएगा। जितने भी लोग हैं और जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट अभी प्रेजेंट नहीं है, तो आप अपने कलीग को भी इन्फॉर्म कीजिएगा कि वो लोग सब फीडबैक फॉर्म सबमिट करें। और अभी हम लोग शांति मंत्र के साथ ये हमारी इवेंट की पूर्णाहुति करते हैं। बिफोर शांति मंत्र, अगर मैं शांति मंत्र बोलूं उससे पहले अगर कोई कोऑर्डिनेटर कुछ कहना चाहता है तो वी विल वेलकम। चौधरी सर, आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं? दवे सर?
ठीक है,
ओके, so we are going for शांति मंत्र।
आप एक और बिगिनिंग कीजिए, फिर बाद में।
हाँ गौरव भाई।
हाँ चौधरी सर अथवा तो भट्ट सर ने कहीं केવું હોય तो शेयर करें।
भट्ट साहब आपने की केવું હોય तो
બસ કર્યું, શેર કર્યું. નાઇસ છે, મેમોરેબલ ડે આજનો દિવસ છે. થેન્ક યુ ઓલ.
વેલ ડન.
ઓકે ઓકે, થેન્ક યુ સર, થેન્ક યુ ઓલ ધ ટીમ મેમ્બર। હું શાંતિ મંત્ર બોલું છું। सर्वे
भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
बधाने गुड इवनिंग। जय भारत, जय गरवी गुजरात, जय विज्ञान गुर्जरी।
नमस्कार।
नमस्ते।
नमस्कार।